Hey, it's Dr. Joe, and welcome to another episode of Bring On 60, my weekly show that follows my journey as I try to get into the best shape of my life by my 60th birthday this year. So I'm having a quick breakfast before I go to the gym. Just want to share with you what I'm having. Having a mango this morning, a couple pieces of avocado toast, half a grapefruit, and of course there's no workout without a big cup of Ambition Fuel coffee from Bring On 60. It's our special blend of coffee and lion mane's mushrooms. Will be on the market soon, so keep your eyes and ears open for Ambition Fuel coffee from Bring On 60. I hope you enjoy this week's episode. So I'm in the car heading to the gym, gonna get a workout in, and really been responding well to training lately. I don't know, my body's just really been responding well to workouts. I really feel like I've been getting stronger. I've been building myself up a little bit, and I just been feeling great. And I know people have asked me, so I mentioned that, what am I currently doing? So my current training right now is kind of more along the lines of like some bodybuilding type of training. I've been basically doing one body part a day, rotating through the week. So like Monday, for example, it's chest day. Tuesday has been back day. Wednesday, I get a little extra arms in. It's not a full arm workout, but I get an extra arm session in. Thursday is shoulders. Friday is legs. Saturday is my full arm workout. And Sunday is my off day from weight training. So that's pretty much a 6-day schedule. I like rotating through the body parts like that because I can really like nail the body part and really beat it up good, and then I basically have the whole week to recover, which your body needs, and especially as you get older, your body needs extra time. So I feel like if I really beat up on chest on Monday, I don't hit it again really hard until a week later, which by the time I hit it again, to me it seems to be fully recovered, which is very, very important to have make sure the muscle group is recovered before you work it again. So now, along with that, that's just the base of my workout schedule, because during the course of the week, of course, I'm doing cardio. I have, depends on the week, but I have 3 to 4 days where I go running. Usually Sunday is always a day I go running because I'm not weightlifting that day. And then like I said, 3 or 4 days out of the week, I get some runs in. Every workout always includes some ab and core work. So that's being done during the course of the week. 2 days a week, sometimes 3 days a week, I do some gymnastic training, like an extra session, maybe later in the afternoon. I'll do work on rings with my Bodyweight PRO device, and I like practicing bodyweight movements with the Bodyweight PRO, and I get an extra couple days of that in, just dispersed throughout the week. So there's other stuff going on, but like that's the one body part per day is like the foundation of my current training program. So people have asked, so that's the answer. So anyways, that's all been going great. Now, it was funny, yesterday, my plan for this week's episode was I was actually going to film my leg workout, which was yesterday. And it was funny, I kind of regret what happened, because I start my leg workout and I had slightly strained my lower back the day before. Nothing major. I mean, if you work out all the time, right? I mean, you always have aches and pains. So it was nothing major, but I had slightly strained my lower back the day before. And then I went to go film my leg workout yesterday, and I was going to show the leg workout for today's episode. As I started doing my back squats, I could just tell my lower back started to really tighten up, and I know enough not to. I was like, you know what, this is not good. It's starting to get stiffer on each set. I got about 3 or 4 sets in. I had actually just set up the camera, and I was going to film it, and I realized this is going to be a disaster. I'm going to end up getting hurt, and so I decided not to. And I modified my leg workout, and I actually had an awesome leg workout. My legs are so sore this morning. And then I realized later that when I got home, I remember I was talking to my son, and I said, my mistake was I should have filmed the leg workout, anyways, I should have filmed, and I apologize for this, I should have showed everyone how I modified my leg workout because my back wasn't feeling good. In other words, like I didn't film it because it wasn't the back work, the leg workout that I was planning on doing, but it was a modified workout that actually killed my legs, and it was I really should have filmed it because it could have showed everyone what do you do when your back hurts. So I'll talk about it now. I mean, I wish I had filmed it, but I went to go do back squats, got about 2-3 sets in, and as I started adding on weight, back started to tighten up, and I thought to myself, okay, this isn't good, I'm gonna get hurt. So I scratched the back squats for the day, but I wasn't gonna miss a workout, and that's what I thought was the important part of this workout, was the fact that I wasn't going to not work out. I modified it. So when you have an injury, sometimes you don't take the day off, just modify what you're doing. So I went, instead of doing back squats, I figured out, okay, what positions, what movements can I do that can work the legs that wasn't hurting tightening up my back. And I found that if I did goblet squats, where you hold a dumbbell in front of you like that, cup of dumbbell in front, and you do goblet squats, I had no problem doing goblet squats, probably because when you do goblet squats, you use a lot less weight than doing back squats. So I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to make today a high rep leg day, so lower weights, and I did everything in sets of 20, sometimes 25 reps, and I did a whole bunch of sets of goblet squats, fried my legs on goblet squats yesterday. Then I moved over to a bunch of single leg RDLs. So RDLs are Romanian deadlifts. If you're not sure, it's almost like a straight leg deadlift type of movement, a little bit of a bend in the knee. I did a complete video on that, on RDLs, just a few weeks ago. If you want to look up single leg RDLs on OcraMed Health. But I did a bunch of RDLs. Once again, didn't bother my back at all. Felt good to do the RDLs. And I did single leg RDLs, which really fried my posterior chain, my glutes, my hamstrings. I did sissy squats, which was just a way to really nail the quadriceps. I did a bunch of high rep sissy squats that lit my quadriceps on fire. And then I did I do this a lot. I do a lot of lateral lunges. And I'll do high rep lateral lunges, and I did like 4 sets of 120 lateral lunges, which if you've never done lateral lunges for high reps, it's almost like that speed skater motion when you see speed skaters in the Olympics just shifting from side to side. If you've never done high rep lateral lunges, maybe I'll do a video on them. Do them because they will fry your legs like crazy. And I did 4 sets of high rep lateral lunges, and I'm trying to think what else we did yesterday. I think that was it, but I did a lot of sets of each exercise. And like I said, I woke up this morning and my legs are so sore already, which means that they're going to be even worse by tomorrow probably. And all with a back that was, I started the workout with a back that was stiffening up on me. So wish I filmed it, but I just want everyone to know that modify, you can always modify your workouts. That's what I did yesterday, and ended up with a great leg day. A little different than what I planned, but it still worked out. So, all right, so heading into the gym, we're going to talk, when we get there, we're going to talk a little bit about tension headaches, which is a common problem we all get a lot of times from stress and being at work. So we're going to talk about tension headaches. We'll do a physique, we'll do a weigh-in, a quick physique update, and so let's get going with the episode. So let's take a few minutes right now and talk about tension headaches. How many people watching this video has at some point had a tension headache, right? Some people get them once in a while. I get a tension headache once in a while. Some people get them every single day, and that's a shame. And because they're quite debilitating. And I'll tell you one thing about a tension headache: they will put you in a bad mood, right? I mean, it's hard to be in a good mood when you have that pain coming up the neck, at the base of the skull. Sometimes it'll radiate to the front. It's really awful, and it really can ruin your day. People get them a lot of times at work, in the car, when you may be stuck in some traffic. It's usually a situation where you're under stress, you're in a poor posture position, like at your desk at the computer, and the combination of being in a poor posture position and being under stress starts to tighten up the muscles and starts restricting blood flow. Your body starts, because of the stress, starts releasing cortisol, which actually will cause blood vessels to constrict, and things just start getting tight. The shoulders start coming up, the head starts going forward, the muscles start just feeling tension back here, and the headache starts. And the key to helping a tension headache, or one of the keys to helping a tension headache, is we need to relax, and we need to get blood flowing back into those tight muscles. Those tight muscles, like I mentioned, have restricted blood flow. And by stimulating blood flow into those muscles, it will help resolve your tension headaches. So that's what we're gonna go over right now. I'm gonna show you some techniques you can do to help stimulate blood flow into the muscles that are involved with a tension headache. So, keep in mind, you want to get to these things as soon as you can. If you can push away from the desk and go over some of the stuff I'm going to show you now, great. Sometimes you may have to, a couple times during the day, if you can push away from your desk and go over it. If you can't till you get home, that's okay. When you get home, take a nice warm, moist heating pack, wrap it around your neck for 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. Get the blood flowing with some moist heat, and then go over the techniques I'm going to show you, okay? So anyways, let me show you some stuff you can do. So some of the muscles involved with a tension headache include the upper part of the trapezius muscle, which comes up this way. It's the upper trapezius is the muscles here at the top of the shoulder that come up the neck. The upper trapezius actually comes up and attaches right at the base of the skull, what we call the occiput. And so tension in that upper trapezius muscle, which is the muscle that when the shoulders start coming up like that upper trapezius muscle, you start getting knots up here, and it starts pulling up onto the base of the skull. So that's a muscle that we need to do a little work on. Sometimes the muscles in the front, such as the sternocleidomastoid, or what we call the SCM, because who wants to say sternocleidomastoid all day, right? So it's the SCM. It comes all the way from the clavicle, comes up here, and attaches to the behind the ear at the base of the skull here. This muscle, you have one on each side. These muscles get tight because your head is forward, and because of that, these muscles get tight, and that adds to the tension back here because it's pulling your head forward, which adds to tension. So these are some of the muscles we need to stimulate blood flow again. Sometimes even the muscles that have to do with the jaw. The muscles in the jaw here, the masseter muscle, which is right here on the side of the jaw, and the temporalis, which is up in here, which is another muscle that helps, close the jaw. These muscles all get tight, and they get restricted blood flow. And by stimulating that, it can help. So I'm going to show you some techniques that you can do if all you have is your hands. And then I'll also show you some techniques you can do if you have some fascia release tools and stuff like that, okay? But let's start off by, you're feeling that tension headache, and we want to just basically get in and start stimulating blood flow. So, take your knuckles, and nice and lightly, you can just start with if you're feeling tension in the jaw area, just take it like this and just do little circular motions on each side of the jaw. Just nice and easy, we're not trying to, get in too deep on that jaw. We just want to, by rubbing in circles, going one way and then going the other way, spending about 30, 40 seconds, it's going to feel really good. That's going to loosen up your jaw. It's going to stimulate blood flow here. And after you do that, come up in here where the temporalis is. Now, if you're not sure where it is, just clench your jaw. And as you clench your jaw, you feel the muscle up here contract. When you feel that area, once again, little circles one way and then little circles the other way. Spend another 30 seconds. Doing that alone actually feels awesome, and it starts the process of helping these tension headaches. It helps the blood flow, and it relaxes you. As you're doing this, breathe. Shallow breathing is all part of tension headaches, and it's unhealthy. As you're doing these as you're taking this few minutes for yourself, make sure you breathe. Deep breaths, belly breaths. Breathe in, let that belly expand. Go belly, chest up, and let the air come all the way up. Belly, chest, and then out. And just be breathing deeply. That alone, sometimes just practicing your deep breathing will help your tension headache. So include that with these techniques. deep breathing as I'm rubbing my masseter, as I'm rubbing my temporalis. Now let's get to the SCM here. All you need to do to find the SCM, turn your head and it kind of pops out right here. And take your thumb and your index finger and kind of gently pinch the muscle. And what I want you to do as you clamp the muscle and pinch the muscle here is do this type of a motion, like a little wiggle motion between the thumb and index finger. And that's what I want you to do with the muscle. So find the muscle, pinch it between the index and the thumb, turn back so now it's relaxed, and do that little motion like that, right on the muscle like that. Spend about 10 or 15 seconds and then just come up the muscle a little, follow it up, and you can just feel it. You got it between your fingers and just go back and forth and then just again go up a little bit further. If you're not sure, every time if you feel like you lose a muscle, just turn your head, it pops it back out, and just wiggle the thumb and the index finger. It stimulates a ton of blood flow. It feels awesome. This type of stuff is very relaxing. I mean, it feels awesome to do, and during a tense day, I can't think of anything better, and it's just all this stuff that we're going to show you. You can do it in a few minutes. And then just keep doing it until you get way up here. Like I said, keep following it up. And then you come way up here. Like I said, just turn your head anytime you lose the muscle. Get that upper part. It's a little thicker up here. And again, go right behind the ear, right at the base of the skull, and just self-massage that SCM muscle. And then once you do that, then just do the other side and follow it all the way up. Here we go. I just did my jaw. I just did the front of my neck, my SCM. I'm already feeling better, right? Now we want to get in here, the back of the neck. There's a lot of muscular attachments going into the base of the skull, like I said, including the upper trapezius muscle. I'm going to turn around. I don't mean to turn my back to everybody, but let me show you a little bit what you can do from back here. Just taking your knuckles and just kind of rub them around at the base of the skull here. And just kind of go down the neck just like that. Try to go down as low as you can to those upper trapezius muscles, where those knots are a lot of times, and then come back up, just like that. Now, if you happen to have a spiky massage ball, you take the spiky massage ball, and you can rub that right through that area at the base of the skull, and right down the neck, right onto that upper trapezius muscle, and then, of course, you can just do the opposite side with it, okay? Just like that. Now, if you're using the massage ball, obviously don't go on anything bony here. You're staying off to each side of the spine. Another thing you do if you have something like this, a Game Changer. This is from OcraMed Health. It has 2 massage balls on the end and it has a nice firm handle. This thing is awesome. An awesome tool to have because you can just hold on to it nice and firm, and you can go right at the base of the skull and you get right into that upper trapezius muscle. And you can use this thing all day long. I mean, I keep one of these with me all the time. Anytime I feel a tight muscle, I start using this. But this is a very easy to use soft tissue tool that you can do here. Get tons of blood, it gets a ton of blood flowing. All this stuff does. Now I'll show you a little trick you can do with your thumb. Take your thumb and drag it right down the base of your skull, down towards the neck. And when you get into some of that soft tissue here, you're going to drag the thumb down the muscles of the neck, drag it all the way down into that upper trapezius area, just like that. And what you're going to do as you're doing that, though, as you start to drag the thumb down, I want you to nice and easy turn and look down in the opposite direction as you drag it down. So hold it like that, your head, and then drag that thumb down. When you can't go any lower, come back up. Drag the thumb down, and as you do, turn and look down in the opposite direction, just like that. And this is a little soft tissue technique that feels really good. So you're basically as you're dragging that thumb down, I'm actually turning my head in the opposite direction like that. And just keep your head like that as you just continue to drag the thumb down and drag it right into that upper trapezius. When you get to the bottom of that upper trapezius muscle, you might run into like a knot. And when you do, just press that thumb into the knot with as much tension as you can handle, and just hold the thumb on the knot if you happen to find one, and just hold it for about 30 seconds, and it'll actually release that knot, and it'll feel excellent. So all those techniques, simple techniques, getting a lot of blood flow in the back here. The other thing you can do if you have like this is called a Rejuvenator, but people a lot of times have similar things. They call them peanut rollers. If you have something like this, put this behind your head up against a wall and put it at the base of your skull and just kind of sit back on it and kind of nice and easy, just kind of roll from the base of your skull down the neck with it. And this feels very good too. Just kind of doing this type of a motion. You can even put it down a little lower, kind of get into that upper back area and just roll up and down with this like that. Just in that, like that. Just spend a couple minutes doing that. You can even just use your hands sometimes. The nice thing about these type of rollers is your spine fits in the little groove and each side gets in on the muscles. So there you have it. I mean, once you're used to doing some of this things, you can run through this stuff a lot quicker than I can explain it to you. But the idea is the stimulation of the blood flow. When you take a few minutes to do that and you get the blood generating through all these different muscles that are around the head, shoulders, neck, most of the time, the tension headache will go away. I mean, it may come back from stress later in the day. You just go through it again. I mean, if you have to do this a couple times during the day, fine. Like I said, at the end of the day, go home, put the heating pad and run through these techniques. Chances are you're going to knock out that tension headache and you're not going to need to take any unnecessary over-the-counter medication that is not good for you, okay? This is a natural, easy way, simple and effective to help tension headaches. If you're someone with tension headaches, give this a try. It's really going to help, and I want you to feel better. So anyways, let's move on with, we're going to move on with the rest of the video. Okay, awesome workout. Getting a quick weigh-in and physique update. I'm going to keep this quick today because I don't want this video to run too long. But anyways, let's see where we're at. We were up a little bit last week, and we're holding steady. I'm still at 149, which is good. Feeling great. Quick physique update. Just going to hit a couple poses here. Trying to figure out what competition to do after I turn 60, so it's got to be something in the fall. So I'm still kind of looking into what I'm going to be doing, but all right, been feeling good. Hope everyone's doing awesome. Keep training hard. Don't forget, you stay young by training hard. I'll see you all next week.